Hello everybody and welcome back to Cooking with Cheesebot. There are deer running around in my backyard and today we're going to be making some pizzas. But using like tortilla as the shell because we're lazy and we can't make shells. Anyways, the first thing you gotta do, important, you gotta preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Normally pizzas you cook at like 420, but otherwise the middle doesn't get cooked at all. The second thing you have to do, this is also important, is get Italian diced tomatoes, or just any tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano, or whatever sauce you want, but I'm lazy and I like these diced tomatoes, dude. They work out great. But anyways, if you do have the diced tomatoes, you gotta drain them. I already opened the can, but apparently I can't reopen it with my left hand. So yeah, you gotta drain these suckers. Delicious. And I'm just gonna let that sit there while the oven preheats. And while we're letting that preheat, you're gonna want some olive oil. Look at this fancy thing. I've never used one. You're gonna wanna put some olive oil on there. This is my second time using this thing. Okay, cool. And you're gonna want to wash your hands first, and you're gonna want to roll up your sleeves, and then just rub that all over. Yeah. I've never done this without the olive oil, so I don't know if it's necessary or not. But yeah, it makes you feel like a real chef when you touch your food. So yeah, I'm just gonna let the tomatoes drain and the oven preheat, and we'll be back. Alright, groovy, it's done preheating. So you're just gonna take that and put it on in there for, I actually don't know how long. But yeah, you're just gonna put it in there, and if it wants to focus, well, it's not gonna focus, whatever. You get the point. But just leave it in there until the oil's kind of like soaked in or something. I don't know. You're just gonna want to watch it because it'll make bubbles and you're gonna want to pop the bubbles. Otherwise you're gonna have huge bubbles in your pizza. And who likes bubbly pizza? Yeah. Exciting, dude. Bubbles, dude. Didn't take this one long to make bubbles at all. I'm just gonna grab a knife. You can use a fork, but I've had much better luck with knives. And poke, poke. You can also take it out of the oven and pop them as well. That might work better, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see this, but the edges are kind of dry, like the oil kind of cooked in a little bit, and the middle is kind of only wet in some places. So we're gonna put the tomatoes on and then the cheese, but I need to set you down because I need two hands for that. So tomatoes, how many tomatoes you put on kind of depends on you. I'm gonna move this cutting board so I can put the tomatoes right there. And then you're just gonna throw them on. That's too few tomatoes, I think. You're gonna wanna leave a pretty big border between the crust and the tomatoes because you gotta put the cheese over there. And then I like to hold it by the crust, so yeah. That's obnoxious. Cool. That's about how many tomatoes I like on my pizza, but you can put more or less on. I'm gonna wash my hands before I touch the cheese. And by wash my hands, I mean rinse them with water. Then we're gonna be putting this 6 cheese Italian on. You can use whatever cheese you want on pizzas. It's up to you. But I like this stuff. It's nice. And that's a lot of cheese on the pan. Rip. Alright. More. You're gonna want to keep it a little bit away because it'll kind of cook down a little bit, but yeah. You can use a little bit more. I put more around the edges because I don't like having exposed tomatoes. That's gross. Then I'll think I'm eating something healthy and that's just not right. Dude. Alright, cool. That's ready for the oven. I think you saw me put stuff in the oven before, so I'm just gonna throw it in the oven. And I again don't know how much time. I just watch it and I do it until the crust is brown. Like one side or the other is gonna brown faster. So just watch it and wait for the crust to be brown, dude. This one I think I cooked the crust too much to begin with because the cheese isn't fully melted, but the crust is browned. But that looks really dark. Oh. Okay, well, whatever. I think you can see it. Maybe it just looks dark to me. Also, I think I put too many tomatoes on, dude. But I'm gonna close the oven. That's always a good thing. And then I'm gonna cut this up. Got it. Okay. Just gonna cut this up and try a piece. That was an awful cutting job, but I have one hand. Yeah, it definitely looks like way too much tomatoes. Too many tomatoes. Yeah, too many tomatoes. So I think on my next one, because I have enough tomatoes to make a couple more, I'm gonna put less tomatoes on. And I'll probably just speed through all that so that you don't have to sit through me talking over how to make it again. So yeah. Alright, tomato time. So, where are my tomatoes? There they are. Alright, so less tomatoes than last time. Also, I tried cooking it a little less than last time because the cheese didn't melt as nice as it normally does. But, I don't know. Need more than that. That's like nothing. Alright, I'm gonna try something like that. That looks good. Good. Put the tomatoes over there, wash my hand. And then I think the amount of cheese I had on was just right. It's just that there were too many tomatoes. Alright, cool. I pulled this out of the oven and I forgot to put it on the cutting board. Ew. Gross glove touching food. Cool. So now we're gonna cut this one up and see how good this one is. It still looks like there's too much tomato on it, but oops. Oh well. This piece. Apparently I shouldn't cut one-handed. But now we're gonna try this piece eventually, I promise. Too much tomato. Whatever. Maybe these tomatoes are thicker than usual. But yeah, I'll probably just make another out of the remaining tomato. But you don't need to see that. I had some things to say. Oh yeah, I made French toast this morning. But I made it without the egg whites, and I put milk in instead of the egg whites. And it was much better. So I'll probably make a video about that, a real quick one, next week or week after, because my next video is going to be grilled cheese. I found out it's not that hard to make, so yeah, I'll see you all then. You thought the video was over. Anyways, this is the third pizza. I forgot to put olive oil on it and pre-cook it, because it was completely intentional. I didn't do it because I was distracted from ending my video. And let me put this glove on. Let me just, there you go, now I can touch it. Didn't come off the pan as nice as the other ones. So we're just gonna have, there's the other one, by the way. Just gonna have some of this one. Right, cool. Have a little piece. Right, it bends a lot more than the other ones do if you don't support it. It's also really hot right now. Seems hotter than the other ones for some reason. Yeah, that seems cool enough to eat, you know? Yeah, it definitely tastes a lot different. I would say the olive oiled and pre-cooked one is better. So, yeah, I think it's worth it. Anyways, now I think the video's done.